Have you noticed that every decent used luxury car suddenly costs silly money? But here's the thing. While everybody is fighting over Lexus, Mercedes, and big-name SUVs, I found 4 forgotten luxury cars that are quietly sitting in the corner like the last slice of good pie at a family party. I've been digging through the market, owner reviews, complaint patterns, and real listings, and my opinion is simple. These cars are not perfect, but for the money, they make way more sense than people think. So before everyone starts calling them hidden gems and prices jump, let me show you what I'd actually look for. Used car prices are still stubborn, and newer luxury cars are expensive to buy, insure, and finance. That's why these overlooked models matter. They already took the big depreciation punch. Now the question is, which ones are worth the risk? First up, the 2011 through 2013 Volvo C70 T5. This is for the person who wants a convertible but doesn't want to look like they're having a midlife crisis, sponsored by chrome wheels. I like the C70 because it feels classy, calm, and very Volvo. Hardtop down, it's a sunny day cruiser. Hardtop up, it feels more secure than a soft-top convertible. Mechanically, you get Volvo's 2.5-liter turbocharged 5-cylinder with 227 horsepower, 236 pound-feet of torque, front-wheel drive, and a 5-speed automatic. Fuel economy is around 19 city and 28 highway. Not a Prius, but not a boat anchor either. Owner feedback is generally positive, especially from people who maintain them, but here's where I'd be careful. The folding hardtop is the whole show, and it can also be the whole repair bill. Common owner complaints include roof microswitch problems, roof position sensor issues, door lock failures, front suspension knocking, worn motor mounts, aging shocks and struts, and occasional water leaks around the seals. My inspection tip: open and close the roof at least twice. Listen for hesitation, grinding, or one side moving slower than the other. Check the trunk for moisture, check door windows for proper sealing, and look underneath for suspension clunks and oil seepage. Also ask for timing belt history. On a Volvo of this age, I think it was done is not a receipt. The sweet spot for me is a clean 2012 or 2013 with service records. Prices I'm seeing generally make sense around $8,000 to $12,000, depending on miles and condition. A cheap one with a questionable roof? That's not a deal. That's a subscription to headaches, and the next one is not subtle. This thing looks like an SUV that skipped leg day? No, it skipped family duty and went straight to the gym. The 2014 through 2017 Infiniti QX70 3.7. I have a soft spot for this one because it doesn't pretend to be a soft crossover. It's basically a tall sports sedan with an attitude problem. If you want something comfortable, quick, and different from every beige SUV in the grocery store parking lot, this one deserves a look. The engine is the famous 3.7-liter V6 with 325 horsepower and a 7-speed automatic. Rear-wheel drive was standard, all-wheel drive was available. Fuel economy is the penalty, about 17 city and 24 highway for rear-wheel drive, or 16 city and 22 highway with all-wheel drive. And yes, owners complain about premium fuel. They are not wrong. Reliability-wise, I trust this drivetrain more than many European luxury SUVs in this price range, but I would not buy one blind. Owner reviews praise the handling and power, but common complaints include rough fuel economy, dated infotainment, smaller cargo space than the body suggests, and expensive wear items. Aging VQ engines can also develop oil seepage from valve cover gaskets, oil cooler seals, or other gasket areas. My inspection tip: check the front of the engine, valve cover areas, and oil cooler area for seepage. Drive it over bumps and listen for suspension noise. Look at the inside edges of the tires, because sporty alignment plus heavy wheels can eat rubber like popcorn. Also test every button, because the tech is old, but old tech should still work. My favorite years are 2016 and 2017, mainly because they feel like the final, most sorted versions. Current asking prices can be all over the place, but a realistic target is roughly $13,000 to $18,000 for a clean one. The market average for a 2017 is sitting in the mid-$15,000 range. Now, if that Infiniti is the leather jacket of this list, the next car is the quiet neighbor who secretly has a turbo and all-wheel drive. Before we keep going, drop your city in the comments. I want to know where you're watching from. And if you like these hidden goldmine files, hit like, subscribe, and join as a member for $14.99 a month to support more research like this. The 2018 through 2020 Buick Regal TourX Essence. I know, a Buick wagon. Half the internet just fell asleep. But stay with me. This is one of those cars that makes more sense the longer you look at it. It's roomy, comfortable, all-wheel drive, and it doesn't scream, "Look at me." I like that. Not every good car needs to enter the room with fireworks. The TourX uses a 2.0-liter turbo four-cylinder with 250 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque, paired with an 8-speed automatic and standard all-wheel drive. Fuel economy is about 21 city and 29 highway. That is a very useful combination for road trips, snow states, and people who want SUV practicality without SUV bulk. The Essence trim is the one I'd want because it brings the nicer interior feel. Leather, better comfort features, and the kind of equipment that makes it feel less like a rental counter surprise. Owners tend to like the value and driving feel, but the TourX is not problem-free. Some owner reports mention battery replacement, power distribution module issues, parasitic draw concerns, brake complaints, electrical glitches, and occasional engine-related warning lights. My inspection tip: do a proper battery and charging system test. Make sure the car wakes up cleanly, starts without drama, and doesn't throw random warning lights. Test the electronic parking brake, infotainment, backup camera, heated seats, and power liftgate if equipped. Also check the tires carefully, because all-wheel drive wagons do not like mismatched rubber. I'd focus on 2019 or 2020 if the budget allows. Prices usually make sense around $14,000 to $20,000, with newer Essence models higher. The TourX often sits in the high teens range, which is exactly why I think it's interesting. It gives you wagon practicality, luxury comfort, and all-wheel drive without the usual luxury badge tax. And now, the big one. This last car feels like old-school luxury wearing a modern suit. The 2017 through 2019 Lincoln Continental Reserve. I'll say it. This car is underrated. Not because it's sporty, it's not. It's underrated because it understands comfort. Big seats, quiet cabin, smooth ride, and that proper American luxury feeling where the car seems to say, "Relax, I've got this." The Reserve trim can come with different V6 engines, but the interesting ones are the twin-turbo 2.7-liter with 335 horsepower and the optional twin-turbo 3.0-liter with 400 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque. Both use a 6-speed automatic. Fuel economy is not amazing, often around the high teens to low 20s depending on engine and drive type. The reason I'd consider one is simple. You can get luxury sedan comfort for used crossover money. But this is where research matters. The big known issue is the door latch recall on 2017 through 2019 models. The latch motor could work intermittently, which could stop the door from fully latching. Dealers replaced the latch assemblies, so you want proof that recall work was completed. Also, some 2.7 and 3.0 EcoBoost vehicles, including the Continental, have documented oil pan leak concerns. That leak can come from the oil pan seal, and the repair depends heavily on proper cleaning and resealing. In plain English, if someone patched it badly, it may leak again. My inspection tip: check every door handle, soft close function, lock, and door ajar warning. Then get underneath and look for oil around the oil pan area. After the test drive, park it on clean pavement and let it idle. If it marks its territory like a nervous puppy, negotiate hard or walk away. My preferred pick is a 2018 or 2019 Reserve with documented recall work, clean service history, and no oil leaks. Prices are tempting. A lot of these sit from the mid-teens into the low 20s depending on miles, engine condition, and options. For the amount of comfort you get, that is a lot of car for the money. So here's my honest take. I wouldn't buy any of these just because they're cheap. Cheap luxury without inspection is how you turn a dream car into a driveway ornament. But the right C70, QX70, TourX, or Continental can give you comfort, character, and features for far less than the usual suspects. If I wanted charm, I'd look hard at the Volvo. If I wanted attitude, the Infiniti. If I wanted practical stealth, the Buick. And if I wanted quiet luxury for long drives, the Lincoln. Do your inspection, verify service records, check recalls, and don't fall in love before the pre-purchase inspection. That's how you win. Now go watch our other videos on used luxury SUVs and reliable cars people keep overlooking. Your next smart buy might already be hiding in plain sight.